the first signing was Curtis Lazar, hometown kid, comes home.
Salmon Arm.
Hometown kid comes back to the province. Yeah,
closer to Calgary if you think about it.
Okay, right.
Like anyone steps in BC, hometown kid.
The moment we start talking about the Canucks, Ryan tries to derail it. What is this podcast, Ryan?
Derails on net.
Derails on. Oh, such a good. This is what this episode is derail on net.
If you were from Valemont, you would still be like, I was such a huge Canucks fan. I grew up watching Kirk McLean.
I'm being drafted this year.
I knew Captain Kirk. He was so good. 2-pad stack.
They go out and get Curtis Lazar.
They get Curtis Lazar for 3 years at $1 million. He's 27, led the Bruins in hits, can take faceoffs, is a clear upgrade on Ilya Mikheyev because he is what he is. And that's one of the great things with Curtis Lazar is that in interviews, very clearly, he's not that first-round draft pick, that Ottawa Senators first-round draft pick anymore. Yeah. Right. He knows, in order to make the show, I have to change up my game. So here you have this energy fourth-line center with, a lot more heft, understands what his role is, and it gives a dynamic to that fourth line that they didn't have before.
What's great about that is, you remember when David Backes was in his final years in Boston? He's like, well, I guess I got to start fighting to stay in the league now. Like the fact that Lazar figured that out at 27. Just find a role that you can be good at, be consistent at. You'll get a steady paycheck, but you're not trying to crack the top 6 in Vancouver anymore.
That's the thing with young players is that, it's very much that thing in Moneyball where they're like, we're all told at a certain age that we can't play the kids' game anymore. Mm-hmm. It's like some people are told at 20, some people are told at 60, but we're all told, kind of deal. But that's the one thing with young players in any real sport is like once you make that jump to the pro leagues, if you attempt to be the same player that you were before, as you were coming up and you realize that it's not working for you and you don't adapt, you're not going to be in that league anymore. Yeah. And your mindset has to go from how do I, still be the same player that I was in junior or whatever, or the AHL, to what type of player do I have to become to stay in the show?
Well, that's the thing. Like bantam hockey is not the NHL.
No, bantam hockey is not the NHL. Playing on the Edmonton Oil Kings and being like, I have 7 first-round teammates on this team.
But honestly, like playing on the Seattle Kraken is not the same as playing for the Lightning.
Yeah, it's not. It's just, you have to figure out how to...
Hey, we're in the NHL too.
Hey, we're
here.
No,
you're not.
Hey, we're here. We're here. We demand respect. Fear the Kraken.
Canucks also signed Dakota Joshua, who has been on this front office's radar for a while, I believe since January.
Tell me a little more about him.
So he's Dakota Joshua is really interesting because he's a dual position player, so he can play center left wing, bounced around from the minors, played, I believe, around 30 games for the Blues this season.
Okay.
But had a very good playoffs in Springfield. Mm-hmm. Big body, 6'3", like 200 some odd.
Yeah, he's a big fella.
He's a big fella. And again, a lot of underrated speed. Again, brings that physical aspect to that fourth line where, if you look at Highmore and Lamico, they weren't hard to play against. They had a lot of energy, but they weren't hard to play against. And when we talk about hard to play against, it's like, when you know that Curtis Lazar and let's say Dakota Joshua are on the ice and you're like, okay, these guys are going to come in for the forecheck, and when they hit, it might hurt. Yeah. So let's just, guys, let's be on our toes here. So that's a savvy signing.
And they're talking like he has a 2-way deal, but like all the comments have been, he's got a bottom 6 spot.
Well, you look at this kind of feeds into the biggest signing that they made, but you look at their winger depth now. You're going to play Niels Höglander on the fourth line? Somebody's... you have too many, there's too many cooks in the kitchen. And so this kind of goes to what now we're going to talk about with the Ilya Mikheyev signing, where he signs, 4 years of 4.75.
Right.
I believe he has some trade protection there as well.
Okay.
But so they make this signing. He's north to south, or sorry, east to west. One of the just fastest skaters in the NHL. I don't know if you guys
east to west.
Sorry,
north south. You had it.
North south.
I'd say east-west is sideboard to sideboard.
Mm-hmm.
So north to south is end to end.
What do you think, Kita?
Yeah, north to south, I would say end to
Yeah,
end.
sorry, I was like, I'm looking at the ice. If I go north to south, it's fucking bench to bench.
Unless it's like literally geographically, then I don't know.
Okay, he's really fast. There we go. Straight away speed, maybe. Sure.
Where's Rogers Arena in relation to the North Shore Mountains?
Where is Rogers Arena in relation to the Holy Mecca?
How does a compass work?
How does a compass work? So he's one of the fastest players in the NHL. I don't know if you guys have seen that clip of him in the bubble. He's basically beating Connor McDavid to an icing call.
Oh yeah,
just really fast. Great on ice awareness defensively. It's going to help the penalty kill. His biggest, I would say, the biggest criticism of his play is that he has one move on a breakaway, and all the rest of the shots that he has goes directly into the chest of the opposing goaltender.
Okay.
That putting aside that, they have bought themselves a premium piece to play. They're paying him $4.75 to play in the top six. Whatever line he's on is going to give, like, I imagine him like on the Bo Horvat line. Just him, Horvat, Garland as a playmaking, who knows if Garland's even going to be here, but
right.
You look at Garland and that's a playmaking piece that can get the puck to Horvat, and Mikheyev can just go all around the ice and just create havoc. But the thing I really wanted to broach this with the two of you is they don't make this signing. Like they do not go and spend all of their remaining cap space if they don't know that there is another move in the chamber.
As we've discussed, it's JT Miller being traded on Saturday, August 6th.
Yes.
About 5 o'clock?
5 o'clock?
Sure.
What time?
Just when you guys pick up the mics?
Yeah, we'll pick up the mics and we'll go. Yeah, so it's just very interesting because, the big chatter in the Vancouver market right now is that, they might go into the season with this team. I'm like, this house isn't done being built yet.
Yeah.
Right? You're not going to go. I don't think a talented group of front office individuals looks at this current forward group and says, you know what? I am totally fine having a top six winger being put on the fourth line, or even putting someone like Niels Höglander in a position where you might have to scratch him because Dakota Joshua just fits that fourth line role even more. So there's another move here coming.
Because it kind of defeats the purpose of like developing some of these players that you've drafted. Like you said, there's too many cooks in the kitchen. But are you now telling me the cupboards are still bare?
Great analogy.
When we're talking about the problem is that you went shopping, and when you went shopping, instead of putting your groceries like in the fridge or putting them in the cupboard, you took your groceries and immediately made a meal out of them. So now you don't have any groceries left because you just cooked everything. Right, Niels Höglander's there, Elias Pettersson's there, Vasily Podkolzin's there, Jack Rathbone's on a one-way again now, and it's just go down the list.
Right.
Who do they have playing in Utica? Michael DiPietro's been given permission to seek a trade from his agent. They signed Colin Delia and Artur Silovs because Artur Silovs is the.
There's a lot of food spoiling on the counter that you just made.
Well, I don't think spoiling, but it's like
there's a lot of ingredients that they were trying to really use quickly.
We're thinking about our next meal.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? And
they went shopping hungry.
They went, oh yeah, that's the worst, is when you go shopping hungry.
Fucking Ilya Mikheyev would be really good right
now.
He's so fast.
Welcome to Krusty Burger. Introducing the Good Morning Burger. Remember the Good Morning
Burger?
Burger?
Give me an Ilya Mikheyev.
Yeah.
Put a fried egg on that Mikheyev.
The thing with the Mikheyev, the deal is that this is a player that they needed.
Yeah.
This is a player that they desperately needed. Like he scored 4 short-handed goals for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Canucks all season had 3.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm just saying, if his only he doesn't even need a shot, but his speed is just so disruptive. So that's what you want. He's like Jackie Moon from what Will Ferrell movie is that? Semi-Pro. And he's like, I'm going Rover, coach. Don't go Rover, Jackie. I'm going Rover.
So you said disruptive. I have Ken Dryden's book, The Game.
Right.
It's super wordy because Ken Dryden's a real intellectual, and it takes like 20 minutes to read 3 pages. So in the one chapter I did read, Scotty Bowman always talked about, and I love this, the key to a successful team is speed, because speed disorients.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like, it doesn't matter. It's like if you add speed into the game, it makes the opposing team have to think that much quicker. It gives them that much more room, less room for error, and there's more opportunities to pounce on. So just having Mikheyev play on that line with, let's say, Garland and Horvat.
Right.
He's hard in on the forecheck first, north-south, east-west, depending on who you ask or what way the rink is situated. He's going to get in. He's going to create opportunities. You don't need him to have hands of silky smooth.
That's not what I don't think. That's not what they're paying. They have players to do that.
Exactly. So if they were bringing him in to play the top line to score goals, yes, it's a bad deal. But you're bringing him in a bit of a specialist role, but you're paying for what he's good at. It's going to pay off. It's under $5 million. Yeah,
Cap's going to go up. He's not going to lose his speed in the 4 years here. And the best thing about him is, let's say, for whatever reason, he completely dries up offensively. This is like the Louis Eriksson thing. He completely dries off offensively, which, I don't think he's going to. But let's just say, worst devil's advocate, he's basically a better defensive Louis Eriksson with more speed.
There you go.
For $1.25 million less.
Okay.
So it's just like, he's going to help your penalty kill a lot. He's going to help out. But now the problem we're all waiting for with bated breath and the thing that's bringing anxiety is like, okay, so Gita, as we talked about, a lot of cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And we're just wondering what that next trade is or what that next move is, which I understand the trepidation within the market right now, just because everyone is like, what the heck are we going to do? But I think people just need to take a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, it's summertime.
Arbitration stuff is going to happen.
Yeah, money.
One team is going to make money, and then another team is going to take money, and then that's going to open up stuff. It's a trickle-down economy.
Right.
It's just like the Vancouver housing market. Just relax now, because in 2 months, we're going to be picking what homes we want. Detached homes, detached garages. It's just...
Yeah, you can just move in. It's fine. It's fine. Just get in there. It's fine. Don't have to pay rent. It's okay. It's something called martial law, I think, is the term.